I'm David Griffin. It's the 3rd of January 2018 and I'm here at Denby Cricket Club with
Mick Glenn,
Hayley Glenn,
Dave Cherry.
Well, we've had a long evening and we've been listening to lots and lots of recollections and conversations, memories about the past, but we want to just spend a little bit of the time to look forward and to see what the future holds in the crystal ball of Denby Cricket Club, both on and off the field. Perhaps start with you, Mick. Where do you see Denby going in terms of the overall state of the club, playing wise and facilities?
well, I think from where I'd like to see it going is I'd like to see us keep producing lots and lots of players for cricket. I guess my ambition is to see some of those players progress either through to county or hopefully into international cricket. That's always been my ambition. Now I'm involved in the coaching side of things. That's my ambition, and really trying to create a side that's a first team that's mainly come up through your own ranks as a club. So that, I guess, would be my ambition for cricket at the club.
with regards to women's cricket, the same thing really, trying to get more girls playing cricket, more girls sort of integrating into the lads teams and producing sort of an England player one day. I think that's sort of one of the ambitions of the club, but mainly really just producing girls that just want to play cricket and having like an established team that play regular cricket sort of every weekend, if you like.
Are there greater challenges? I mean, all of you have got experience of cricket, going back varying degrees of time, but are there greater challenges today? You know, we hear so much talked about young people don't want to get involved in sport as much as they did. Are they the kind of challenges you face?
Yeah, I think so. I think in some ways sport's more accessible through social media. It's out there for everyone to see. But actually getting people out the houses, sort of to the clubs playing cricket, that's a bigger challenge than what I think it was sort of 20 years ago, certainly. I think the exposure that cricket now has, women's cricket, men's cricket, means that there's, you know, players do see an avenue for them, and they're able to see what opportunities there are out there for them, more so than they've ever seen before. But actually, you know, getting the commitment and the motivation, that's different to the exposure again, isn't it? So I think it's just about sort of working hard, sticking to your principles, and just trying to just drive it through all the time through good coaching, fun training sessions and participation.
Sorry?
Yeah, no, I agree with both of them there. It's keeping everybody interested as well. You know, we lose a lot of people, a lot of young lads when they get to 15, 16, 17, other things come their way, don't they? You know, but it's trying to keep them interested and progress the club in other ways to keep them interested and involved within that, and families involved with it.
If I could ask a question, particularly of the two gents, but you may have a view on this as well. There's a lot of talk about the structure of cricket generally. I mean, wherever you look, people are always talking about the game and the structure, whether it's Test cricket, county cricket, league cricket. Do you have any particular views on the style of cricket that's played at league level? You know, there's a lot of people I talk to certainly talk about removing draws and it's win or lose cricket or that. Do you have a view either way on or reducing the number of overs you play or the start times? There's lots of.
I think it's just keeping. I think Dave hit the nail on there. It's trying to create an environment where you can get people involved. Whether that's some players will want to play Premier League cricket at 50 overs, and I think there's a need for that. But equally, I can see at certain levels, I can see the number of overs coming down. So it's shorter games. And in reality, although we talk about it, we've always played shorter. As long as I've played, we've played shorter games. Yeah. And we used to play in 2 or 3 different competitions, shorter games. And I think we're just going around a bit of a circle, and we're playing stuff and doing stuff that we did, well, when I played 45 years ago. Yeah. So, but it's really keeping it relevant to as many people as you can. And the family thing is so important for the to sustain your club. You need families involved, you need mums involved, you need dads involved, and at this club, most of our volunteers have come through that route. A lot of them have come through starting as a junior or a parent bringing a junior.
How do you feel it too? Because that accessibility thing, it's come up all the time. We've talked about it. It's without getting into the buttonhole in, you know, women stop at home and look after children type thing. We know that's changed, but there are certain challenges, aren't there, for a woman to be out all day playing cricket, just the same as a man being out all day playing cricket, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, for me personally, obviously, my priorities changed once I started a family, and it wasn't viable for me to, you know, be out the house over the course of a weekend because, you know, I've got children at home. So is that different for women? I suppose it is at certain stages, but is it different longer term? Well, I know sort of England women players that have had children, had a year out the game and then have come back and still made it back to playing at international level. So it's a challenge, but I think it's not something that can't be overcome. It's just obviously something that needs a lot of consideration, and of course women do have children. That's something for them to consider. But you know, we play, you know, Sarah, if you look at Sarah here at the club, she's had 2 children. She's still up here when she wants to, training, playing.
Bringing her children up.
Bringing her children now, so they're playing in the quick cricket stuff. And what was the thing they did last year?
All Stars.
Yeah, All Stars. So her girls now can't wait to be like their mum, who's played cricket at Denby for 20 years. I think that's really sort of, I think what the club's about a little bit. Like you said, it's sort of the family element as well, and participation, and having something for everybody.
If the family's involved, it's easier to spend that time out of the house because you're all involved in it. So you're not going out and leaving them at home. You're taking them with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think the strongest clubs, you look at them all, and have got that sort of that structure, haven't they? Where families, you know, the kids run round about. We've talked to people today whose first recollection of playing cricket here was running round the boundary, chasing each other while dad's playing out in the middle. You know, it's a fabulous setup here, and obviously your Premier League ground, Premier League facilities. You host Derbyshire second 11 cricket here. Do you rest on your laurels from a facilities perspective, or have you got ideas? Do you feel the need to do more, or are you happy with what you've got?
We're never happy with what.
Bear in mind, in 20 years' time, somebody will watch this video and they'll say, "Wow, and they ended up playing county matches at Denby." You know, you got ambitions, Mick?
Yeah. Well, Dave's got the 3 phases. We're on phase 3.
We're on to phase 3 now. Phase 1 was changing rooms around, make them a little bit bigger. Phase 2 was to move the kitchen from over here to a new one at the back there, and that gave us way through into a new changing facility for that side.
Yeah.
So that's phase 3. It's taken a little bit longer to do than we first anticipated, but it's going to happen. Hopefully, while I'm still chairman. I did say that I wanted to play 2 years in the new changing facilities, but I think we might have to make that 1 year.
Well, it's been a pleasure to come to Denby, and you've made me feel very welcome. And I'm sure that in years to come, when people are watching these videos, they'll get a real flavour of what Denby Cricket Club's been all about, because we've talked to young, we've talked to old, we've talked to male, we've talked to female, and it's been a really insightful evening. So thank you all, and I wish you the very best of good fortune at Denby going forward.
Thank you.
Cheers.